Hey campers, welcome back to Our Camp in a Box. My name's Miss Katie, and this week I am going to show you how to do a collage. Now collage just simply means to glue in French. So the simplest way is to just take paper, cut it into shapes, and to glue it in a design on another piece of paper. That's the way we're going to do it today. But you can use any kind of media to make a collage. You can use newspapers, magazines, buttons, ribbons, yarn, make it 3D. But this week, we're just going to focus on paper. So we'll do one that is the beginner level, and then we'll do an advanced one for the more artistically handy. All right, so I'm going to switch the camera so you can see what I'm doing at a better angle. All right, so let's get started. All right, let's get gluing. So in your art camp in a box, you were provided with black paper, and then you had orange, red, yellow, blue, and green. So I already went ahead and cut out a bunch of different shapes and designs with my paper. So I cut some triangles, cut some circles, I cut a curlicue, and lightning bolt. And then also I thought it would be fun to, since I used my die cut to cut out all these circles, I have these negative space. So I can use this also if I wanted to create my design. Really, you can do any design you want to. I'm going to tell you a trick about curlicues though. When you cut them, start on the outside and you just go smaller and smaller and smaller. So you follow along, you keep the same width. But what I'm going to show you is that once you lay it back down after you did all this, you're not going to have any space to show it's a curlicue, like this. See, it's really hard to see the distinct pattern. So then you're going to have to go back through and do it again on the outside and just do enough so you don't cut it all the way off. Let's see how I'm cutting off another layer here. Just another little bit, and then this way when you glue it to your paper you'll be able to see that it's a curlicue and it just won't be a bumpy circle. You don't want to go through all this hard work and then not be able to see it. But you don't have to do curlicues. You can do whatever shapes you want. You can even make flowers or animals. Depends how fancy you want to get. For this one, we're just going to do abstract collage, which just means it's not meant to look like anything specific. It's just meant to be cool with all our abstract shapes. The next one I'm going to show you, we are going to create a flower though. So if you want a more advanced one, it will be the next one and that will be our flower. But take this out and now when you glue it down, you can see that it's a curlicue. All right. So I recommend organizing your design and then gluing. But if you want to just shoot from the hip, then that is okay too. And feel free to go off the paper. Obviously don't put glue on that side, but you don't have to stay within the confines of the paper. It just has to attach somewhere. And you can just put things wherever they look nice to you. Again, this is all about your design and what you think looks cool. Art is for you, my friends. Doesn't matter if anybody else appreciates it. It's your own expression. I think I'm gonna have that bouncing out of that. And I don't like the way that one's looking, so I'm gonna move it a little bit. It'd be cool to do like a galaxy picture. That would be cool. So you can make, like I said, you can make like landscapes or anything you really want to with collage. Collage is a super fun medium to work with. But I think I like that. So now all I have to do is glue it down. And like I said, this is your design. You don't have to make it like mine. It doesn't have to look anywhere near like mine. I'm just demonstrating to you possibilities, and then you can take off from there. All right, first glue. There it goes. Now I'm going to glue all of these down, but I'm going to speed it up a little bit because it's cooler that way. Fast forward. All right, so here is my finished product. I obviously went a little off of my original design. And the fun thing about collage is you can switch it up, or you can just keep adding and adding. Like I could just do this for hours and you could just add all the layers of the collage. So don't stop here. If you want to fill up the whole paper, fill up the whole paper, and you can cut out all sorts of shapes and designs and just have a blast doing it. So this is my abstract piece. And then next we are going to create a 3D flower. So I'll take another black piece of paper. Here is my black piece of paper to start my next collage. This is the advanced, which to be honest, it's just all about the cutting of the shapes, which makes it more advanced, and the laying it in a more structured way to make it look like something. So I cut out leaves. You can also just use a less jagged leaf in just a teardrop kind of fashion. Those will work too. But I have a fancy die cut, so I have my leaves. And I'm going to arrange them. The first layer, like so. Let me get this on camera so you can see it, what I'm doing. There we go. Oh, that's better. All right, so I am going to do this, and I'm going to build up. So I'm going to show you my design, and then we're going to glue it down. Start with that design, and then I have another leaf pattern. Again, create your own, however you would like it done. All right, so now I see how I'm building the different layers. And then I have a big circle, and then I'm going to fill the big circle in with lots and lots of little circles. Now, how you want to do this is up to you. You can have even more circles, and you can build the whole thing with just the tiny little circles. For time's sake, I'm going to start with a large circle base for you to get the idea of what we're doing here. I also like colors in order, but if you're more of a mix them together kind of person, then do you, my friend. This is just my interpretation of a collage flower. So I take all my little guys here, spread them around like this. And then I'm going to fill in the center with my orange ones, just to get an idea of what I'm going to do. Because as you saw with the last one, it wasn't what I started with, but it gave me a jumping off point, you know. So there's that. Then I'm going to put a few yellows in the middle like that. So that's going to be my basic design. Do you see how the layers give it a little depth, a little more interest there? And you can just have a ton of smaller circles or different size circles. You can just play with this because that's what it's all about, is playing and having a fun time with art. Now I'm going to do my super speed gluing and we're going to see what we end up with. All right, see you on the other side. So here we have our finished flower. This takes quite a bit of time and your fingers get quite sticky, but it's a lot of fun. Collage is a very fun art project, I find. It's very relaxing because you can move things around, switch it up a bit, and it's not, once it's down, you have a little wiggle room, so I like that. So like I said, here's our flower. And then here is our abstract design, which we made side by side. Feel free to make your own creations. Like I said, you could make universes, landscapes, anything your mind can think of. And we would love to see your artwork, so please either post it on our Facebook page or send it to us at ys@trpld.org. And we would love to see all your art creations. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.